Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy update. Today we're going to do a classic reading with looking at the DF energy, DM energy, and the energy of the connection at this time. We're also going to see, I'm going to ask an additional question of what each of the twins is not expecting, what's going to be a surprise on the journey somewhere in the nearest future. What are the twins not expecting right now? Okay, I've got a couple of oracle decks with me. I'm going to start with the Sacred Traveler Oracle to get us the general vibe for the energies. I also got my Keepers of the Light Oracle, so we're going to get some advice here. And I also have my Hermit Tarot deck. Don't know if I'm going to have time for it, but if we don't, I'm going to pull some messages between the twins. So let's get started right away. While I'm shuffling and looking for the card for Divine Feminine energy, just remember that this is a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or comment below the video. I appreciate having you all here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, for subscribing to my channel, for supporting me in comments. It's all been great. Of course, there is more information in the description box about you can book a personal reading or a coaching session, and also ways that you can donate and support me. So what do we have for Divine Feminines today? Traveling lightly, simplify your life. So it's one of those surrender modes, Divine Feminines, that, because, for some of you, it might be quite literal if you're moving somewhere, you are going on a trip, but most importantly, it's about the keeping it light in the energy, right? Not to overthink about what's happening, why is it happening, why something's not happening the way you want, right? It's about letting it flow. And bottom of the deck here we have First Light, beginning a new cycle. Yeah, so this week we're still in the new moon. It's not the new moon, but it's a growing moon energy, right? It's the first quarter. And actually it's the second quarter already, but it's still growing regardless. Right? So yeah, this is a chance for you to still jump on the boat of like catching that window of opportunity, starting something new, maybe taking it forward. If you tried it out, got discouraged and stopped, this is a confirmation for you that you should keep going. You did the right thing, you were in the right place at the right time. Maybe it didn't look like you expected, but that's part of the divine plan, basically. Okay, just remember to travel lightly. For Divine Masculines. Okay, we have answering the call. The time is now. So whatever Divine Masculines have been putting off, it's time to act on it. And we all do have our own little things or big things that stay with us on the back of our heads. It's kind of like, yeah, I know I gotta get there. I know I gotta work on that. I don't know. If we're talking about 2D things, it could be like, do more exercise, right? Or organize my time better within my workday, for example. Or I've got to start, I don't know, eating more food or something, and it's like, yeah, it's good, but it's like, I'll get to it. So whatever it is right now, it could be, of course, something very big in terms of relationships or big moves in life. It's time to get to it. And bottom of the deck, we have Grace and Gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. Yeah, so be grateful for what you have and work this is for the masculines, work from there, like how can you multiply the good stuff. And if it's something that someone that is not aligned with where you are now, say thank you, still be grateful for that experience, and leave those things, those people behind. Okay, let's get on with the tarot. So what do we have for Divine Feminine energy at the moment? Strength in reverse. What about masculines? Magician. Yes. About the connection. What's happening with the connection? What's on the twin flame journey right now for both of the twins? Hermit. All right, and now the additional question is, what is the Divine Feminine not expecting to see on the journey? What's coming that the DF is not expecting to see? Queen of Pentacles, I like it. What about Divine Masculines? What are they not expecting to see? What's coming on their journey that they're not expecting? Knight of Wands. Nice. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Sun. I love this energy. It's the happiest card of the deck. Always a good token when we see it. Please clarify strengths in reverse. Please clarify Magician. Please clarify the Hermit card. Okay. Please clarify Queen of Pentacles. That was too many. Let's try again. Haven't used this deck for a while. Sometimes it takes time for us to tune into each other. Okay, 3 cards, but I'll take it. Please clarify the Knight of Wands. Alright, Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, High Priestess. Okay, let's get to it. So for Divine Feminines, we have Strength in reverse and 7 of Wands. They are quite the opposite energies, I would say. So it's interesting that they're... No, sorry, I meant to me they're very similar. So it's interesting that they're supposed to kind of complement each other, but they're actually in the opposite signs, because this is in reverse and this is upright. But what I'm getting with this is, sometimes strength is not in pushing through. It's not about, being forceful with something. A lot of times, and I think that's what we see here with Travel Lightly card, and even with the First Light, especially if it's a new beginning. You may be enthusiastic, you may be feeling strongly about the cause of where you're going, why you're doing it this way, and you really want to push forward. But sometimes, especially being the feminines, we achieve so much more with that kind of watery, light flow energy, where we let things be. We kind of follow along, we make effort, we show up, we show our commitment that we want it, that we're serious here, but we don't necessarily have to push anything, right? Our strength is about being ourselves. That's the biggest strength and being in high vibrational energy. This guy is not really in high vibrational energy. I mean, sometimes this card can be that, but I don't see it here, right? So you're asked to show inner strengths. Like, that should be enough for everything to run smoothly. You don't have to prove anything to people outwards, around you. You don't have to force things into certain direction. That is not needed. Just let it be, let it flow. For the masculine energy, we have the Magician clarified by Three of Swords and Five of Cups. And again, these two cards are like usually something you don't want to see in reading. This card is like, yay, I'm making my life happen, you know, I'm co-creating with spirit. So again, what I see here, because this is the explanation, is that divine masculines, they're going through this kind of phoenix stage, phoenix that rises up from the ashes. So they've seen both of these things. They've been struggling, they've been grieving, they've been sad, you know, heartbroken for different reasons. And this is general reading. I'm getting at least 3 different scenarios here. So I'm not gonna go into too much of what it was about, because that's not, for this reading, it's not that important. The important part is that they found strengths out of that. They were able to shed off some old patterns. They were able to see where the heartache came from and why they keep circling in the same grieving patterns. It's like, you know, being hopeful, doing something for it, being excited, and then it breaking down, and them feeling sad and hurtful and hurt. Sad and hurt afterwards, right? They're rising up now. It's the time of rebirth, of resurrection, of this new knowledge, of wanting to apply it, wanting your energy to be kind of out there, right? To put it out there that, you know, you're ready for new things. So that's where divine masculines are at. And that, to me, this resonates a lot with answering the call. The time is now, right? It's now time to act, to manifest, you know, to take steps to show that you want to create something loving, something productive, you want to help people, you know, those things that are in alignment with the spiritual path. And of course, the majority of the masculines are not going to call it that way. And it doesn't matter as much. I mean, they're functioning more in 3D world anyway, right? But it's the, how do I put it? It's the idea behind what they do. So it doesn't even have to be a profession that is connected with serving people, but it's what they put behind it. It's how they conduct themselves. What kind of energy do they bring into the room or to the Zoom call when they negotiate with somebody, right? But a lot of times you would see that, and that's, thank you, that's one of those moments where if the job nature itself wasn't of loving nature, it wasn't really about, you know, true collaboration between people, about creating something big and strong and beautiful, that a lot of times that's where divine masculines would see that, I'm really sorry, but I have to leave you behind and move on. Thank you very much. It's been great. I've learned a lot, but now our ways should part. That's one of those scenarios that I've seen, and that was important to mention. So there we go. Okay, moving on. Whew. What's the connection what's the energy of the connection? We have the Hermit clarified by Five of Wands. There's a lot of outside noise right now, and I would say that it starts on the global level with everything that's happening in the world, and you know, even if you're not directly connected to like the hot zones or to the countries where there are like obvious issues that are putting pressure on people, that are getting them into that kind of anxiety or even the fighting mode, right? And again, I cannot but mention Ukraine. It even has colors of Ukraine, right? That's the Ukrainian flag pretty much, right? So the war actually impacts us all, and it's likely that impacts in some sort of way the twin flame connection at this point, both twins, right? Of course, it could be something else, and you can substitute it by whatever it is that is relevant for your context, for your country, right? For maybe your social or cultural group, right? We still have some issues with the pandemic, with vaccination, with masks and different restrictions of what people can do, how they can conduct themselves in public, right? We have economic issues, inflations, rebalancing of trade, and commodity trading. And again, not want to go into that in too much detail. It is connected with the war, yes, but there are different aspects of how it resonates in the world. So one way or another, both of the twins are feeling that pain, that hurt, right? Because we're connected to the collective, and we are empaths, so we are sensitive to those things. And because it's so overwhelming and burdensome, the twins are naturally feeling the need to kind of get somewhere where they can feel safe, where they can build those boundaries, at least energetically, at least in this moment, to quiet their mind, to quiet this noise from other people, from the outside, even if it's the noise from people suffering, and to kind of to balance out, to find their light again, right? To remember how they can be of help, how they can be a light to others, right? How they can come back to that energy. And some more intuitively, some more consciously realize that the most you can help people you can help people the most, when you are in the high vibe energy, when you're feeling good, when you're feeling balanced. If you're all in tears or arguing with somebody, it's not gonna happen. Or even just brought down and just feeling like you have no energy, it's not gonna do anyone any good. That's what they say on the airplane, right? You put on a mask, like in case of loss of the oxygen, you put the mask first on yourself and then on whoever needs your help around you. That basically pushes the twins into the hermit mode. Some I'm hearing, some are a bit more connected with either with each other or with their soul family, so it's not like completely on their own, but just in a very small circle of people, very kind of tight circle of communication. It also means going away from mass media, from following social networks, that sort of thing. For some, it's been completely in solitude right now, just finding balance and sense of things, right? That inner peace and connection with spirit, with universe, that will help you understand what is the best next step. What are the twins not expecting? Okay, it's getting long, so no messages today, but at least what's coming up that the twins are not expecting. And I'm gonna pull the cards from the Keepers of the Light. So we have Queen of Pentacles clarified by King of Wands, the Star, the Devil. So I'm just gonna say this is definitely a big move in the light worker mission. It will look a little bit like good days, bad days. It could sound this amazing opportunity, it could sound both very appealing and wonderful, and also kind of like you will be looking for a catch there, right? So that's something that Divine Feminines are not expecting, but something that's coming up, something big for your mission, for your career, for your light work. For some people it's not a career, but it's still something that will be important for your spiritual path and for how you share yourself with others in this lifetime. For Divine Masculines, we have Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands clarified by Knight of Pentacles. So what they're not expecting, what's coming up, is the sudden realization of how much they want to do towards this connection, and how much it matches their life plans, what they are coming towards in 3D life. So for a lot of DMs, it wasn't like that before. And one of the reasons they were afraid to take steps forward towards the connection, towards the DF, was because it didn't match their life plan, what they were thinking about, what they had in mind, probably already invested in before. It could be about personal relationship, it could be about lifestyle, maybe even place of living. If you're you know, in very different locations, and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna move where she is or they are, right? Because I already have everything, I'm tied to here, right? It could be all sorts of things. So why it seemed like not a good idea at all. Maybe you weren't just the type of person, right, that would be somebody that their surrounding will improve, if talking to divine feminine, right? So now it's starting to match, and you see these knights, they're going towards each other. So the passion and the sexual drive, that kind of intense energy, that's the fiery energy, that's the twin flame vibe, right? Something that comes from 5D space, something that is very hard to control, that gets kind of supported by the clear 3D path, right, of how it matches it, right? And that makes it more permissible to divine masculines, right? They're ready to actually take a step, or steps really, right? Because now they see how it can work out between the two, and does not mean necessarily that they have to throw away their life and start from scratch, right? They've seen how it can be in compromise too, and then complement with each other. Okay, card for divine masculine from the Keepers of the Light. Card of advice for divine masculines. We have Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Yeah, we saw there was a card about yeah, we were talking actually about ending the old cycles, releasing that grieving energy and pain, and you know, seeing the patterns and releasing them, and going into something new and fresh. Okay, what about the feminines? So there's an ending and the beginning of a cycle for masculines. For feminines, we have Holy Amethyst. Oh, I love this. Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Yeah, so again, and it also resonates with the rest of the reading for DFs, that, you know, you're again asked to stop focusing on what is happening in 3D and be lighter in your energy, right? You don't have to fight to show your strengths. That's what I was talking about at the beginning with these cards, right? You don't have to fight. You can light up your light. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for being with me today. I love you all.